Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain compare instruction of 8086 microprocessor. So let's start with the format. The format of this instruction is this is a mnemonic part, that is compare, and this is the operand part. So operand may be anything. It may be register, it may be register and data, it may be memory and register, it may be anything. It may be 8-bit register, 16-bit register, 16-bit memory, etc. Now let's take one example. Compare DL comma CH. This compare instruction is used to compare the data available in two registers. So when we compare two numbers, number A and number B, what are the possibilities? The possibilities are either A will be greater than B, or A will be equal to B, or A will be less than B. Other than these three possibilities, there is no any fourth possibility. So we will take these possibilities one by one. Let's assume that case 1 in which the data available in DL register, where is DL register? These are general purpose registers of 8086. The data available in DL register is greater than data available in CH register. So let's assume that DL register holds 55 and CH register holds E7. Now what happens in compare instruction? It will subtract the contents of CH register from DL register. That means it is DL minus CH. Remember that in compare instruction it is always subtraction of RD minus RS. Subtraction of RS from destination register. But it will not change the result. That means it will not change the contents of destination register. It will only affect the flags. So what is difference between subtract instruction and compare instruction? In subtract instruction, it will subtract and then result will get back into destination register or destination operand, whatever it is. But in compare instruction, it will only perform subtraction and it will not change the contents of destination register, but it will only change the flags. So only sign flag, zero flag and carry flags are our interested flags. So we are going to ignore the other flags. Now let's take an example wherein we have written compare DL comma CH. That means subtract contents of CH register. What CH register holds? E7. So this is E7 from the contents of DL register. What DL register holds? FF. So it is FF minus E7. So we got this result. Now let's take a simple example. Like DL holds greater number than CH. Suppose this is 5 and CH holds 2. When it is 5 minus 2, then no borrow will generate and result is positive. When no borrow generates, so what happens is there is no borrow generating, the carry flag will be 0. Since the result is non-zero, now this is result, this result is non-zero, the zero flag will be 0. Now we have already studied all these flags in detail. Now we know that when result of arithmetic and logical operation is non-zero, zero flag is 0 and result is positive. When we subtract smaller number from bigger number, then result will be positive and hence sign flag should be 0. When result of operation is 0, sign flag is 0, and when result is negative, sign flag is 1. So what happens in case if DL is holds a bigger number than CH holds, then we get a combination of flags like CH equal to 0, Z equal to 0 and sign flag equal to 0. Now let's assume a situation in which we don't know what CH holds or what DL holds. But still we want to know if the data available in DL is greater than CH or not. So what we will do, we can only execute this compare instruction. What we should do, we should execute this compare instruction, that is compare DL comma CH, and then check the status of flags. And if we get this particular combination of flags, then we can conclude that the data available in DL register is bigger than the number available in CH register. Now let's go to next situation, next case, wherein both registers hold same number. Like if DL also holds 5 and CH also holds 5, then what it will do, 5 minus 5 result will be 0 and borrow will not generate in this situation. So let's assume some numbers in CH and DL. Suppose CH also holds E7 and DH also holds E7. So both numbers are same. So what 886 will do, it will subtract E7 and E7. After this subtraction, the result is 0, obviously 0. Then no borrow is generating from this subtraction. Since no borrow is generating, carry flag should be 0. Now result is 0. When result of arithmetic or logical operation is 0, 0 flag will set to 1. Again, the result is positive. Since result is positive, because we are subtracting same number from same number, and result is 0 and 0 is positive number. So since result is positive, the sign flag is 0. That means what we studied in this case, if both the destination register and source register holds the same number, then we will get this particular pattern of flags. That means suppose assume a situation in which we don't know what DL holds or what CH holds, but just we want to check whether both registers hold equal number or not. Numbers may be anything, it may be 5, 15, whatever. But just we want to check if both registers holds equal number or same numbers or not. Then what we can do, just execute this instruction, that is compare DL comma CH and then check the status of these flags. And if we get this particular pattern, then we can conclude that yes, the DL register and CH register holds the same numbers. Now third situation. What is third situation? If DL holds smaller number than CH. In that case, what happens? Let's assume that suppose DL holds 3 and CH holds 5. So it will be 3 minus 5 and result will be minus 2. And in this situation, when we perform binary subtraction, the borrow will generate. Now let's assume some numbers. Let's assume that DL holds 22 and CH holds E7. These are hex numbers and we know that 22 is smaller than E7. So what it will do, it will take this 22, this is 22 minus E7. So when we perform this binary subtraction, this borrow will generate from this subtraction, because we are subtracting smaller number from bigger number. So here borrow will generate. If borrow generates, the carry flag will set to 1. Now result of operation is non-zero. If result of operation is non-zero, zero flag will be 0 and result is negative. Result is negative because we are subtracting bigger number from smaller number, and if result is negative, sign flag is 1. That means if DL holds smaller number than CH holds, then we will get this particular pattern of flags. That means in a situation, if we don't know what CH or DL holds and just want to check if the CH holds bigger number than DL, then what we can do, we can simply execute this instruction. We can check the status of these flags, and if it matches with this particular pattern, then we can conclude that yes, the number that DL holds is smaller than the number that CH holds. Similarly, same thing, we can conclude like this. If we have some numbers in DL and CH, what we can do, we don't know what numbers DL and CH holds. So what we are supposed to do, simply execute this instruction and check the patterns. If we get this particular pattern of the flags, then conclude that DL holds bigger number than CH. If we get this particular pattern, then conclude that DL is equal to CH. And if we get this pattern, then conclude that DL holds smaller number than CH. So this is how we are supposed to use compare instruction. Compare instruction is used multiple times at various applications in 8086 programming, and it is very, very important instruction. Now let's take another example. in which what we have done in place of taking, now in the previous instruction, here I have taken 8-bit register. You can also take 16-bit register. If you want to compare 16-bit numbers, what you have to change? You have to write AX, BX, CX and DX register in place of AH, BH, CL, CH like this. Now this is for 8-bit. Now in this instruction, 8-bit data is specified in the instruction. This instruction says compare the contents of DL register with 5, which is specified in the instruction. That means this instruction wants to compare whether DL holds a number greater than 0.5, whether DL holds number equal to 0.5 or DL holds number less than 0.5. That means again there are 3 situations. Now let's take an example of case 1. If the number in DL is greater than data. So here it is shown DL holds 0.8. So 0.8 is greater than this 0.5. 0.5 is the data available in the instruction. So what this instruction will do, it will take the contents of DL, it will take data. Always remember, in compare instruction, it is destination operand minus source operand, whatever it is. So it is 8 minus 0.5. So result will be positive and non-zero. If result is positive and non-zero, then carry flag will not generate. Result is non-zero, so zero flag is 0. And what is next? The sign flag, the result is positive because we are subtracting smaller number from bigger number. So result is positive and sign flag is 0. So same thing, we can compare that DL holds bigger number than data specified. That means specified this 5 in the instruction if we get this particular pattern. Now next case in which DL holds the same number as specified in the instruction, whatever it is. Here it is shown 5, so let's assume DL also holds 5. So what will happen? It will take 5, then it will take this data 5, it will subtract. Now we got 0 0. Now no borrow will generate from this subtraction, so carry flag will be 0. Now result is 0. Now since result is 0, 0 flag should set to 1. Now 0 is always a positive number, so sign flag is 0. So what we can conclude, if DL holds the same number which is specified in the data, then specified in the instruction, then we get this particular pattern of flags. Now next case is obviously DL holds smaller number than data. So let's assume that DL holds 0 2. So it will make 2 minus this 5. So result will be minus 0 3. If result is minus 0 3, so it will generate a borrow. Since it will generate a borrow, carry flag should set to 1. 0 flag is 0. Why? Because result is non-zero and result is negative, so sign flag is 1. That means if DL holds a smaller number than data, then we get this particular pattern. So this is how we can check whether particular register holds a bigger number or smaller number. Now there are variety of compare instruction you can write. So examples are given here. What are the examples? See here, you can compare contents of 8-bit register with immediate 8-bit data. You can compare 16-bit data available in the register with 16-bit immediate data. You can compare 32-bit data available in the register with 32-bit immediate data available in the instruction. Now, which register will hold this 32-bit number? The combination of AX and DX will hold 32-bit number. And this kind of instructions are known as double word. 32-bit number means it is known as it is double word. 8-bit number means it is a byte operation. If it is 16-bit number, then it is said that it is a word operation. And if it is 32-bit number operation, then it is said that it is a double word operation. So it can instruction can also compare double word. So which registers will hold double word? The combination of AX and DX will hold double word. Then combination may be one of the number, maybe destination, maybe in memory, and contents of memory and immediate data. 32-bit number in memory and immediate data. 16-bit number in memory and 8-bit data, or this 16-bit number may be in register, then 32-bit number in memory and 8-bit immediate data. So all combinations are possible. Both numbers in registers, one number in register, one number in memory, or destination is memory and source is register, or destination is register and source is memory. Anything can happen, but just remember that both cannot be memory. The source and destination both cannot be memory. Both can be register, but both cannot be memory, both cannot be data. So you can use any instruction out of this instruction and it will work the same way, the way we explained just now, the way we learned just now. So I hope you understood the basic concept of compare instruction. It is very, very important instruction. If you understand this compare instruction, you can also use jump instructions very effectively, because we always use jump instruction after compare instruction. So I hope you understood everything. If you have any queries, you can always ask in the comment section. Thanks for watching.